Hi, here's a new fantasy book called The Fallen Fruit by Chantel Madison. This was published on September 3rd and it was given to me by Amistad Publishing, and I thank them for it. This book combines history and fantasy. It's spanning the 1750s through the 1960s. And it's a multi-generational epic about the Bridges family, who are free Black Virginians who have a dark secret. In each generation, one offspring from each of the Bridges family units vanishes and is mysteriously whisked back in time. Fate is a central theme of this book. We have Cicely, who learns about the family curse in the 1960s, and she is desperate to prevent it from going forward any longer. And she attempts to stop the curse. She breaks one of the Bridges family's rules, which is don't interfere with past events, and she creates a plan to find answers that will free her family forever of this curse. The story then follows different members of the Bridge family as they lose family members to this traveling curse, and we get some experiences of what happens to them as they travel back in time. It's a good portrayal of the grief that comes with loss, both from those who travel backward in time and for those that they leave behind, from the perspective of mothers and sisters and lovers. And we get this multifaceted look at what it means to be left behind and to leave someone. I also really enjoyed the bit of history. The author gives us a look at what free Black people living in the colonies before the Revolutionary War. And we didn't learn much about slavery, and we didn't learn much about free Black people, so this was kind of an interesting take on free Black people in the colonies at that time. It was very, very interesting. We never learned too much about it, though. It's snippets of history, but still very interesting. So the Bridges, they developed and respond to this curse by always carrying their freedom papers with them all the time. They strap it to their bodies because if they go back in time, they want to be able to show that they're free and not slaves. And so this tactic doesn't always work, as we learn through the story, but it is part of what makes the travel back pretty interesting, and it gives a lot of dimension and information into the story. I liked the story a lot. What I didn't like was the ending. The ending was extremely abrupt for me. I feel like the author wants to write a sequel, and so the conclusion was rushed. It was incomplete. It was unemotional. I felt like the conclusion wasn't provided, and overall, I was disappointed. I gave it 3 stars because of the ending. Otherwise, it was a really good story, so take that as you will. But if you like that kind of story and you want to check it out, it's called The Fallen Fruit. Thanks.